What? Why was it muted? Hold on. There we go. I think we're good. I feel like my OBS has a mind of its own that when I turn it off, it just changes stuff. So hopefully you guys can hear me properly. It wouldn't be a Demarcation Media live stream without some sort of technical issue. That's how it's always been. Who knows? Maybe that's how it will always be. But whatever. Mercedes W, welcome, Mr. Sonic. I am Hoang, Zarnox, Ultra, Israel the Nation, Roblox God, Default NPC, Evo Blokees, Soundwave Prime, Gojo. Wow, we got a lot of people. Commenter 216. Welcome. So, I feel like it's been a little bit since I did a stream, probably because we skipped a weekend or two. But today, we have finally a live build of some Marvel Rivals kits. I haven't been able to live build any of the previous 4, so I'm very glad to be able to do this. And these, I believe, are all available in the US on the actual site. So we have Jeff, the Land Shark. I am really surprised this guy got his own kit. I was expecting him to be like an accessory for somebody, but no, we have a full-on Jeff kit. We have Moon Knight, probably the one I'm looking forward to the most. I actually just watched the Moon Knight show in preparation for this, so I know a little bit about Moon Knight now, a little bit more. And then we have Invisible Woman from the Fantastic Four, and I'm really hoping that they do the rest of the Fantastic Four, or at least Mr. Fantastic, because, like, just having Invisible Woman by herself is a little sad. Do Jeff first. Okay, you know what? Let's have a poll. Why not? Let's have a poll. Let me start a poll. And boink. All right, let me type it in. Oops. I have this in an awkward position for typing. Come with his skin outfit. All right, we've got the poll going. Go ahead and vote on who we're starting with. Jeff might be the easiest to build. That is a good point. However, all of these are not going to be too complicated. So while we're doing the poll, I'm going to go ahead and pray us in real quick. Well, Lord, thank you for bringing everyone here today. I ask that this would just be an uplifting and enjoyable experience for everyone. And thank you for AC upstairs at least, so that I'm not boiling alive down here in my studio. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, looks like Jeff is still winning. We'll give it... what we've got... Hey, Kev is here! D-Dog the Second. That's quite the name. Welcome. How welcome. All right. I think we've got a winner. Jeff is the winner. Will I do a live build for a brand new day Spider-Man? I would love to as soon as I get it. Oh wait, why am I putting him over here? You're not gonna be able to see. I do not currently have him to build, but if I'm able to, I will. I need to ask Blokees about that. Because I work directly with Blokees for most of this, I have to go with what they're asking. Whoa. What they're asking me to do. So, for example, you know, if I need to get approval for certain videos, then I can't do a live build. Oh yeah, Jeff definitely has the least amount of parts, for sure. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just, you know, it just is. Zexion. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I had a brain fart. Zexion. I had a brain fart and didn't remember your old username. So I just read what I saw. Here's our instructions. You actually take his fin off his back. That's funny. Oh, look at that. Some effect parts. LK Customs, you joined the BFC and received an email with outstanding work. Nice. So here's the thing. If you didn't know, usually how the BFC works is if you get like four outstanding works, then you will automatically get like a little badge or something. And then sometimes an exclusive figure. So getting an outstanding work is really good. Also, did they mix Jeff with like a cat or something? Because like, these are like cat feet. Is that how he's a land shark? Parts of the CC Light. Yeah, that's true. Well, there's a lot of big parts here. I mean, look at this. That's some big, whoa. That's some nice print work. What the heck? All right. Wait, what? What the heck? His eyes are separate? Wait, why are there like multiple eyes? There's like round ones and then, wait, what? Okay, let's do this real quick. So I can get these little pieces here and we can have the flat eyeballs. You thinking of getting them? Yeah, I'm waiting for their 1/12 ones as well. Yo, look, you can make like 3-dimensional eyeballs. What the heck? But yeah, the Fenrir, I'm really looking forward to the 1/12 version. I love their smaller ones. I think I would probably always prefer that, but I'm really looking forward to what they can do with it. Your Blokees, Marvel Rival, Venom, Invader, and Stormtrooper. Nice. Make sure to hide the QR codes. Oh, wait, are those are on the box or the instructions? Okay, yeah, so we've got the round eyeballs or then these ones. I don't... What's the difference? Why would I want to use one or the other? I don't really know. Oh, there is 2 little, like, internal pieces, though. That's kind of nice. Are there any runners? You mean in the box? This is all of the runners. I don't know if this is cool or cursed. These eyeballs on stalks. What do I think about the CC Clone Troopers and Anakin? I need those Clone Troopers as soon as possible. So look at that. That is so cursed. And then we've got this. I don't really know. Is one supposed to be like underwater Jeff and one's not? Like, what's the difference here? What is the difference? I don't understand. Alright, C2. Wait, no, that's B1. I need B1 though, so we'll roll with it. Get the teeth here. This probably is the strangest of all of the kits, I would say. Uncanny in the kit. Yeah, I'm curious to see how it actually looks. I never actually trust the renders. You just don't trust the renders, okay? That's always a bad idea. Well, that's like a clip like a Lego. Look at that, it's just teeth. Wait, is that not in all the way? No, it wasn't. There we go. Then we need this piece. It's his little shark nose. Eva Blokees, thanks for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day. Where's the other one? This one? No, it's this one. Oh yeah, so you can do this. You can get this. It's supposed to be a 2-stage, yeah, you have that, and then you have that. So 2-stage opening. When do I think Blokees will drop the next Transformer kits? I would expect news within the next month. What the frick? Alright guys, we're done. That's all we needed. Oh, yeah, I need to ask Blokees about the Toy Story stuff. Because I actually do find those very interesting. Especially Buzz. You put on the top of his head almost like a mask. What's going on? Am I not lining this up correctly? Oh, there we go. Very nice. Again, I don't really know what the bulgy blue eyes are for. But then this needs to go like... His head is basically a ball. If I get the Toy Story Blokees, then yeah, I'll try to live build them. But I don't know yet if I'll get them. Yeah, look at that. That's literally a ball. It's actually kind of difficult to get just the first stage of the mouth to open. Jeff doing his best Batman cosplay. Yeah. Oh, wait, we've got a buildable tongue? Oh, wait, there's two. All right, that's a little weird. So you get to build... Was he merged with a dog? Is that what I'm gathering here? Ta-da. Get a droopy tongue and a sticking straight tongue. All right. Very odd. Very odd. All right, to build the body, we start with this piece, and then we get these. Okay, there we go. He looks so small compared to the box. I mean, yeah. Although we're not done yet, so hold on. Let's find out. All right, that's a weird start. Kind of bulgy and odd. But then we're gonna take this. No, that's not it. We need this piece. I guess this is what we actually attach the back to. King Shark. Oh, yeah, he does. That guy's weird. Oh, I see why this is so strange. Oh, that was a bad sound. Nope, I need this piece. Gotta do everything in the right order here. The boxes are rather massive. Well, when you got runners, your packaging needs to be bigger than your product because the runners are always... Like, it's the same for Gundam. The Gundam boxes are always bigger than they need to be, especially master grades, because of so many runners. Alright. Stick it all together. Will I watch Spider-Man Brand New Day on opening night? I don't know if I'll do opening night. It's usually incredibly busy on opening night, so I typically... Oh, there we go. Settles right into place. I typically will wait a little bit, but we'll see. It'll be hard to avoid spoilers, though. That is the downside. Complex build of the Pokemon? Yeah, possibly. I haven't built a Pokemon one, but I've seen them. So, I understand where you're coming from. Is this on right? I think so. Then this... It says Jeff on both sides. That's hilarious. All right, he's got his collar. And then we need to build... So here's a little shark tail. So. And... A1... 6. B1... 2. They're all in bags, yeah. Bagging up the parts out of the runners definitely allows for smaller boxes. Oh, we're done with that runner. And we need... What is this? C2, 3. Oh yeah, there's one with a ball joint and one with a peg. Got it. D1, 2. Jeff's head can be used as a rolling ball. I don't know if it'll roll that great. Well, maybe I take that back. Yeah, never mind. you can roll him. You think your uncle owns A Gunpla. If he owns one, he probably owns more. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone just getting one and then never getting another one. 10. Alright, I think this is everything need. This. Interesting joints. Every time one of these comes out, I'm like, time to see how people break this one, because there are definitely some, issues from time to time with Blokees, but the amount of people I see just breaking their Blokees all the time, I'm always confused as to how they're managing to break stuff. I'm like, that's not even that breakable. What is it? 3. Default NPC, thanks for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day. I do have the Rocket Raccoon. It's kind of terrible. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Rocket is by far the worst of all of the Rivals kits so far. Just hands down. Not even a competition. It's just, yeah. I already have him built. I might mention him briefly in the review for these guys. So what is going on? Is this not the right one? B1, 2, and A1, 3, yes? A1, 3. Oh, that's... I read it backwards. Am I dyslexic? I don't know. Jeff. We have a Jeff watching a stream of Jeff. Okay, why is this part so hard? Transformers 1, Wave 2 at Walmart and pulled Orion packs. Nice. That's a pretty good pull. He's got, like, Stitch-like legs here. More than one custom figure. Okay, here's the thing. BFC, there's, as far as I'm aware, literally no limit to how many you can submit. So I submitted to this last one. I submitted 3 custom figures and 4 photos, I think. So I think a total of like 6 or 7 entries. And yeah, I mean, you can just keep entering. They kind of encourage you to enter more. Because again, like I said, the more outstanding works you get, you will actually get prizes that way. Will I live build a Gundam one day? Yeah, I might. Honestly, the only reason I haven't already is just because a lot of people already do that. And I try to cover spaces that aren't being covered as much. Also, with my fan off, it is getting warm down here. But the fan is loud. One. You have to email them. So they've got a BFC email. And you email them the entry. And you just title your entry. Or you title your email like BFC entry, yada yada. And then just email it to them. And you have to give them you have to post it on social media. You've got to give them the link. You got to give them your name. And I think they usually ask for a phone number as well for contact if you win. And it's pretty simple. All right, we've got 2 very, very stumpy legs. And now it's time to build the other one. I have to be careful here not to just start popping pieces out too quick because I need to get it right. Maybe more Mega Halo. I mean... hey, Pumpel, welcome! I think Mega Halo as that system is gone. I don't think it's gonna come back because of Campaign Evolved. Maybe we'll see Mattel Brickshop do something, but they've kind of abandoned the figure system, so I don't even know if I care if they, do I really care if they make any product? Probably not, because it would probably just be either a buildable Warthog or those awful micro figures. I'm not really interested. We'll see, though. Yes, I saw that the Kamen Rider S-Body Wave 1 came out. I would like to review it, although that's a little more difficult because Kamen Rider is not authorized for sale in the US, and it won't be, as far as I'm aware. So that's something I have to get through either a different sponsorship or I have to buy myself. And if I'm buying it myself, I got to be careful about, you know, how much I'm spending and whatnot. Also, what am I doing? This is very backwards. It's true, I can ban someone. Yeah, I can ban someone. If I try not to, you know, I prefer not to ban people, but yes, if need be, people can be silenced on the stream permanently. Ah, I'm sticking to the instructions. That's the worst feeling. The worst. Oh, because of Toei fault. Yeah, they don't give the licensing outside of Asia, I guess. Which is sad, but it is what it is. So I can, but like I said, I just have to purchase it all myself. Fix Blokees print peeling off. What print is it exactly? I've only had a couple Blokees print pieces scratch. I don't know if I've ever run into one just simply peeling off. So what kit is it and what piece of paint is coming off? Watermelon, welcome! Alright, this will just be the tail stuff. And, oh yeah, this will be on the tail. I guess I could just pop all this off. Hopefully my internet stays on. Yesterday my internet was out for like 75% of the day because my internet provider messed up something. Alright. You're getting a full box of Defender version 6 Blokees for your birthday. Nice. Nice. That's going to be a lot of fun to open up. Hopefully you pull a super rare. I have yet to do that in a Defender case. But hey, the nice thing about Defender is you are guaranteed one rare, whether it's a super rare or not. So, that's always fun. It's Bob or Bobby. Interesting. Commenter, thank you for stopping by. Have a great, I guess, rest of your evening. Sounds like it's night for you. Alright. Yeah, Moon Knight is next. Because he got a lot of votes. He was like 40% of the votes. Yeah, 6 is pretty good. Because Magnus. Magnus was my favorite. He's one of my favorite of all of the Defenders so far. Alright, let me build the tail, and then we can put Jeff together. If I line this... Why is this so hard? 3:23 in the UK. Wait. In the afternoon, yeah? Not AM. Alright, guys, it's time to put them together. So, we have, I think, the shorter ones. Wait. Yeah, the shorter ones are the back legs. Then the longer ones are the front legs. He's built like a Rottweiler. Or maybe a pug. Model kit. An airbrush. I can't give you much tips on airbrush, but I will say, paint the parts if it's a glue. Paint a lot of the parts before you put them together, and then seal them and then put them together, especially if you have to glue it together. Alright guys, Jeff is here. It's a little easy to pop his collar off, but I gotta say, he gets a lot more articulation in this head than I was expecting. That's actually pretty dang good. Also, oh, you can pop that off, but in his tail too, and then he's got... Those are tight joints. I don't like the collar so much. It feels like it's easy to pop off. Probably the easiest Classic class build so far, or Champion class. Yeah, it was. I gotta say, though, this is a very nice looking end result. Like, if you just handed this to somebody, it could easily pass as some sort of import action figure. He's very cute. Very nice. You could use this as a great little desk buddy. Yeah. Oh, look at that. He gets some, Oh, wait, he can do like a belly flop. Whee. This guy's actually a lot more articulated than I was expecting for what's basically a dog with a shark's head. A+ job, Blokees. That's kind of impressive. And then we just have the effect pieces. Wait, he gets a water spitting effect? Hold up. Hold up, hold up. He looks buff? Yeah, kind of. So many paint colors to buy. The A10 alone, ironically needs 10 different colors. Oh, yeah, that... well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's two ways to go about this. You can either go about it as... you're going for 100% accuracy, or you can do your own thing. If you're not sure if you want to just do 100% accuracy, go to your nearest like model store, or heck, even a place that sells spray paints, and just look at the colors there and see if you can get ones that are close enough. I'm gonna go ahead and just stick this in here. Oh, I see why they tell you to do it with the fin. So if you do it like that, pop that in there. There we go. So you can do this. You can have the done kind of deal, which is pretty funny. Oh no, I want this to stay. Yes, there we go. I'm not sure why I would display him with that, though, to be honest. But this, I'm putting it together. Can I try putting on the blue eyes? I would have to completely dismantle him for that. Let me see. How hard would that be? Oh, that actually isn't that hard. All right, let's pop these blue eyeballs in place and see. This piece is, for some reason, kind of difficult to get lined up. What am I catching on? All right, that's what he looks like with the blue eyes. To be honest, I like the other ones better. I don't quite understand these ones. Yes, Moon Knight has a soft goods. What's my favorite ODST design? I think Halo 2. I love the Halo 2 design. Yeah, so these blue eyes are spookier, in my opinion. Titan Cameraman. So far, just Jeff's build. Spider-Man, since the joints are very visible. See, I like Spider-Man, although I don't like what they did for the feet. They're curved, which makes it really annoying. Also, what the heck? There we go. Yeah, I like these eyes better. These are much cuter. And less, spooky, like, shark underwater eyes. Also, let me pull that little tongue out. And then we'll do... Look at that. That's pretty funny. Military model kits that don't... Yeah, the military ones really, like... You need to paint, like, everything. That's why I tend to stick to, like... more of the Asian model kits. They tend to be a little more user-friendly. Alright. There we go. That is Jeff. Oh, yeah, the dialogue is pretty funny. All right, let's get Moon Knight open. Moon Knight. Wait, what? Like Mandalorian? No, I'm not dressing up like Fox. Also, that would be way more expensive and way less fun than a Mandalorian outfit. It also would give people weird ideas, and I'm not really in the business of that. Press the pause. Yes, I've seen that. That's hilarious. Also, guys, look at this. Look at this. Can we just take a moment to appreciate? Gotta do it to a mech and pilot. Nice. Guys, this is the cape. This is the cape. Holy moly. Unfortunately, it does look like it'll have similar issue to the Superman, but that is beautiful. Should do a Helldiver. I've thought about it, although it's a little harder. Helldivers are a little harder than Mandos just because of the amount of cloth work that's needed. Commander Fox. Commander Fox, cool armor. I really liked him in the Phase 1 armor, but man, rip 5s. He didn't need to do him like that. Proper wired. It is indeed a proper wired cape. Again, we might have similar problem to Superman in that it might not hook very nicely, but we'll find out. Batman Hush. Oh yeah, I'm definitely interested in that one. I actually don't have any real good Batmans in my collection. Not larger ones anyway. I have lots of Lego ones. Alright, yeah, this is more of a proper build. This is a lot more going on. So, am I in focus? I think so. Make an Optimus. That is even more difficult. I am potentially going to be working with a 3D print company, so I don't know, maybe I'll 3D print some Helldivers armor or something. I am trying to get a Clone Trooper cosplay though, so maybe I'll do that. We'll see. Why would I? What are these tricks? No, what are these suggestions? These are really bad cosplay suggestions. The Revel kits. Oh yeah. Yep, I've built like one Revel kit. It was a truck. Holy moly. I never want to do that again. It was for a friend of mine, and I ignored the stickers. And I did paint the whole thing. Do I have a knife down here? Because I want to trim some of this as we go. Ah, I do. Let's go. Yes, we determined Blokees did make Brand New Day Spider-Man. There's the classic or champion class light and the normal champion class, which I have neither of at the moment. So I have to wait. Have to wait for that one. There we go. Halo Reach Bullfrog. I do have a ODST in the works, actually. I've had it in the works for like 5 freaking years. It was my very first project, and oh, they changed the way they did the butterflies. Thank you, Blokees. This is way better. But yeah, I've had it in the works for so long because I had to do resin with it, and it was very, very overwhelming, very difficult. Cortana? How the frick am I supposed to cosplay Cortana? That's another terrible idea. You guys are trying to outdo each other with the terrible ideas. Oh, look at the price, yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen. I have no opinion on it. Zexion, thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. We will hopefully see you around. Yeah, I have no opinion on Jujutsu Kaisen. I have no knowledge and no opinion as a result. All right, where's it? There we go. Oh, that's a little annoying. His moonerangs are stuck to his hand. But hey, at least they painted all the hands, unlike Spider-Man. But yeah, I don't know if I like the moonerangs being stuck to the hand. See, remake has no style, it has no grace. Oh, what? Try to build Metal Earth. Oh, yeah, D-Dog. I actually have 2 of them. No, I have 3. I have 3 that need to be built, and I haven't because they scare me. Like, I've built so many model kits over the years, but was that the I fear no man, but that thing scares me. That's how I feel about the Metal Earth stuff. Like, the idea is super cool, but in practice, holy moly. I like putting stuff together. I don't necessarily like sitting there and bending little metal tabs all day. Fireteam Raven. Fireteam Raven would be a cool thing, but I don't think that's going to be in there. Avatar Aang. I would have to be bald for that one. So that might, make things a little bit difficult. Given that currently I don't have any plans on going bald. As I get older, maybe. Who, in my opinion, is the best Sith? Revan. Darth Revan. Hands down, the best Sith. Oh, here it is. Alright. Then we take this piece. Attach it on here. I love these armor pieces. This is awesome. Fit that together. I think these little pegs up on his shoulders will help attach the cape. All right, there's that. Blue Angels, Metal Earth, but you gave up. Overcomplicated and overstimulated. Yeah. At that point, it's not even worth it, because if you don't enjoy the build, why keep going? Also, you can't do anything with them. At least with a lot of these kits, you can pose them and just play around with them afterwards. Metal Earth, nah. I do Master Chef. Master Chef. Hey, that would be an easier cosplay. Articulation's a bit worse. Less head tilt. Oh, does he really get less head tilt? I've been seeing people get some pretty good poses with him, though. Oh, he's got the larger joints for the ankle. What? Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and attach this on. Why does Blokees give, an aggressive back bend to everyone? Why don't we just get that for the front? A nice ab crunch would be a lot more useful there, in my opinion. All right, C2. There we go. C2, 3. Master Cheeks. No. That's a great way to get arrested. How hard is this to build? Is that the question? Because so far it's not hard at all. It's pretty standard. It's killed by the gravity hammer. We needed a whole movie like Landfall. I'm dropping things. It's never good when I'm holding a knife. Alright, so then this one will go on this way. I don't know if I've got the parts I would need to make a Landfall diorama. Maybe. Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. Two people have joined. Vicente, is that how you say that? And Howanova? Peter Jackson wanted to do it. Yeah, and instead we got the Halo freaking TV show. That still makes me mad. That so many Halo projects got turned down, and then they were like, oh, actually, this is a great idea. It's like, no, it wasn't. What are you talking about? It's the worst. You accepted the worst of the worst. Fun model kits. Yeah, I mean, it can be fun to get an action figure, you know, and you just take it out and you can start posing right away, but there's a little something to, you know, you put it together, and by the time you're done, that's yours. That's not just some random action figure. You just put that together. Oh, yo. He's got some nice print work going on here. Also, the drop-down feels reasonably tight. So, golly. Why are all these Rivals characters, like, thick? Take two, yo. I'm pretty sure I saw the first one. When you join, I usually will respond. You just gotta pay attention. And again, how a Nova? Is that, am I saying that correctly? Do I use to paint Blokees model kits? Either spray paint or like Vallejo paint. Also, LK Customs, yes. I'm also waiting for the Astral Rally. And I believe the wait is not going to be too much longer. But don't quote me on that because I could be wrong. Blokees went very aggressive on all the mold work for this. We did a Transformers model kit. You mean a transforming Transformers kit? Or is that supposed to be facetious? Hammy the Hamster. Wait, Hammy the Hamster, when did you join? I didn't see you join. Alright, there's one. Oh, he's got pouches. What does he keep in the pouches? Because his moonerangs come off of his chest. So what does he keep in the pouches? Magical sand or something? Snacks? The gap, interesting. Use acrylic paints. I will say, acrylic paints can work, but you have to seal them with like a sealer spray or something, because otherwise they will scratch, and they will scratch easily, especially the cheap ones from Walmart. They do not have a lot of staying power at all. So be aware of that. Right. Does this overlap? Oh, it does. Interesting. All right, cool. Sand. Batons, maybe. It's magical pouches that he can just put all of his stuff in. Just the batons and everything. All right, there we go. We've got a full torso. Looking pretty good. And I'm sticking to the instructions again. Oh, we don't have the standard knee joints? Interesting. Do I know who Darth Nihilus is? Yeah, I've got a minifigure of him, actually. I don't know a ton about him, but I know of him. He's the guy with the skull mask. A12. Building Blokees Sentinel Prime, Dark Moon. Nice. Blokees made multiple Buzz Lightyears, actually. They did the light version, and they did the actual champion class. Jabba the Hutt cosplay. The most ambitious foam cosplay ever. Oh, what's this side? Of course, there's a butt. Yeah, I mean, that seems to be the Rivals' design philosophy, is like, make a character, slap a butt on it. Not sure I approve. Try to make Master Chief from Blokees Optimus Prime. That's not a bad idea, actually, because I did do the Halo 3 Marine, and that worked out pretty well. Okay. So yeah, Master Chief Optimus might be pretty good. All right. Oh, I see. So it's just this one. We've got that, and then the upper parts are already detached because they're printed. right, how's this leg bend? That's pretty good. You can see there's a little bit more that you could probably squeeze out of it if you trimmed some stuff, but I don't feel like they did anything wrong with this, so I probably will just leave it. Have I seen the new Clone Trooper, Anakin, and Daredevil? I have, and I was very excited for the Clone Trooper right off the bat. Anakin is, of course, just cool to get. I'm hoping for an Obi-Wan eventually. And I was like, okay, Daredevil's cool, except I just started watching the Daredevil show, and it's really good. So now I really want the Daredevil. I am actually really looking forward to that one. Almost as much as the Clone Trooper at this point. Oh yeah, we're going with the bigger joints for this, which is interesting. Some of their other ones. I've actually been considering getting some more of their stuff. Especially if Temu wants any more videos. There's a ton of Sheik Mainland on there, so I have a bunch selected that I might take a look at if I can. Double jointed arms for the Galaxy version. See, what's funny is like Ultraman does have that. Ultraman gets that, and it's lame. It's so lame that the other ones don't, especially Star Wars. Which one is this one? 12. What sizes? Okay, so here's the thing. Here's something you guys should probably know. Oh, that's an ugly nub. The sizes on here. Wait, is it in frame? Small, medium, and large. That actually doesn't really have anything to do with the physical size. That's how many parts it has. So wait, let me see. Is Moon Knight a large? Yeah, Moon Knight counts as a large. Because he's got a lot of parts. Raiji, welcome. The kits are going well. We've got Jeff, and Moon Knight is coming along quite nicely. Assassin's Creed. Oh, nice. The Assassin's Creed stuff was so freaking cool. And yeah, if you're making anything Bloodborne, the Assassin's Creed ones would be the bases to use. Do I know who Starkiller is? Yeah, of course I know who Starkiller is. He's the guy that's too powerful to put in the canon because he literally dragged a Star Destroyer out of the sky with the Force. I think that puts Vader to shame. I mean, he beat Vader, didn't he? Once or twice? Is AliExpress? Yeah, I mean, I've used AliExpress a lot. Obviously, you want to check the seller reviews just like with any other platform, but you will get access to Sheik Mainland kits before a lot of the third-party sites just because, yeah, they'll release quicker over there. All right. The nub marks are definitely a bit ugly. That toe hinge is utterly useless, but that's fine. I don't really care. Excited to see how Moon Knight turns out. Yeah, I'm also excited to get him all put together. He's been the one I'm looking forward to the most. Very tactical boots. Also, holy moly, look at that. That is some amazing ankle articulation. Beautiful. I love that. That's awesome. Okay, here's the thing. If there's any figure that has limited ankle articulation, it's very frustrating to me because I don't typically pose my figures with stands. Typically, I try to make them be balanced, and if they have bad ankle articulation, that gets so much harder. So much harder. I've seen the Wiseblock Assassin's Creed sets. Actually, you know what's funny? Is I've been approached by Wiseblock twice about looking at those sets, and twice they have not responded to me. They emailed me, they were like, hey, we're coming out with these Assassin's Creed sets. Do you want to take a look at them? And I was like, okay, sure. And then they never responded. Like, okay, cool. Like, you were wasting your time. His better ankle articulation than you. Yeah, probably. Probably has better ankle articulation than me. I don't think I can lean forward that much. Is this it? Wait, is this the same both ways? It is the same both ways. Starkiller is literally best of literally all the main characters. He is pretty cool. I wouldn't mind seeing a Starkiller movie or something. Although at this point, Disney would probably just ruin him. Prices, oh yeah, Amazon is kind of terrible for most products these days, because you actually run a higher risk of getting scammed on Amazon than I don't have stats to back this up, but there are so many scams on Amazon these days, and Amazon just kind of doesn't care, that I think that you're better off buying from AliExpress or Temu. I think you are less likely to get scammed on Temu than you are on Amazon these days if you're not careful. But, again, I don't have stats. Gyro Petra, welcome. It's evening in your time zone. You know, I almost wish it was evening here purely because it would probably be slightly cooler. It is quite warm. Where's the other leg front? Oh, wait, the leg front's the unpainted one. Bro got scammed. I didn't get scammed. I've gotten pretty good about avoiding scams. I did have a seller send me, like, I bought the Glavis Ringworld Mando from Amazon, and they sent me the Mines of Mandalore one without the jetpack, and, you know, it's got the hard cape. And I was like, bro, this is the wrong one. And he was like, no, it's the right one. I sent you the right one. I was like, no, I literally have the receipt. You need to send me the right one. And he eventually did. It just took a bit. Or I might have just refunded that one and then bought it from somebody else. I don't remember, but I got the right one. Hammy the Hamster, you love the Blokees streams. You'll think you'll try Blokees streaming? Hey, go for it. Just a tip. Make sure it's well lit and make sure that people can actually see what you're building on the camera. I see a lot of streamers do that where it's like, you'll just see like a pile of stuff and they're mostly building off screen. That's not very fun for the people who want to join and watch. Pixie's Train Things, welcome. So you finished Jeff. Moon Knight, yep. We've got, Moon Knight is about halfway done, and then we'll move on to Invisible Woman, aka Sue Storm. Always check the store reviews, yes. Always check the 1-star reviews. If you can scan down, or just, there's a button to just click down, always read the 1-star reviews. See if they have any merit. Because if they do, you might want to be careful. Alright, we're done with that. I love the detail on the soles of the shoes. It looks very real. How about JP Fans? JP Fans is really good. I would say I'm way less... Like, I haven't really been concerned much at all about being scammed on there. Especially because JP Fans is in the middle. So if they just send crap and JP Fans inspects it and it's not right, then they're going to get on the seller for that. JP Fans just, you know, you got to be willing to deal with the import fees because there is still some fairly high import fees from Japan. But I will actually be working with them again. We're going to be... I don't know if I'll live build it yet. I have to check when it comes, see if it has the right weight. And if it does, we might do a live build again of that. Might go gambling again on that. Otherwise, if there's not Optimus in there, then we'll just do... You'll just see it in a video, and then there will be some giveaways. Building a model, the Tron kit. Interesting. I've not heard of that. People who didn't read the product description. Yes, you do have to read through and figure out like which of these 1-star reviews are real. Like the amount of times I've seen people like they would order something mega and then they'd be like, I thought it was a 6-inch action figure. I'm like, what do you mean? It was like $5. You thought you were gonna get a $5 6-inch Master Chief with that much detail? No. Or the people, what's really funny is when people, they buy Lego sets and they're like, I thought it was a built bottle. How come I've never done a Halo Landfall or ODST diorama or Lone Wolf one? Because I just don't do dioramas that often. I'm not really... I do photos more than I do dioramas. I did a We Are ODST photo a while back, after the Tarkov set came out. I actually did a couple. But in terms of just actually making dioramas, I just... For 2 reasons. First of all, I don't have the best array of pieces for diorama building. And second, I don't actually have the best amount of space for diorama building. It's actually very difficult for me to store dioramas anywhere. All right. I think I like this type of joint. This is pretty interesting. You know, you put it together and then you pop that peg in. And that helps hold it together a lot better. There we go. Okay, I think that's on properly. And we'll put that on. Cool, it's getting warm down here. Maybe I should have built the arms next. The arms seem like they've got the most parts. All right, now on to the arms. Got C2. Get the same mold. See, I like getting the same mold. Build a gun on your dining table. Hey, honestly, that's probably the best way to do it. That's probably the best way to do it. Oh, that... I flipped it around, and then I flipped the other piece around. Do I know how Moon Knight's fighting style is? Well, it depends on who's behind the wheel at the time. Because if it's Mark, he's very much hand-to-hand. He's got some pretty good moves. Steven is... He's a lot more like dodge. Dodge and let the enemy kind of wear themselves out. And then Jake just freaking kills everyone. Alright. Yeah, the nubs on this black is pretty bad. Pretty bad. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm pretty sure you've joined other streams, and I'm pretty sure I've had the same reaction every time of I genuinely have no idea how to pronounce that username. You guys, you know, I've said this before, but I thought I was good at pronouncing things before, and then I started live streaming, and you guys have definitely stretched the limits of my pronouncing skills. Blokees is selling. Not really sure what you mean by that. Yes, in general, they are selling. They're selling quite well. Oh my goodness, his gauntlets are massive. What? What was this one? 7. Play games much? I have a handful of games that I play often. I play Helldivers 2 specifically, Halo, Battlefront 2, Minecraft, Hytale, sometimes Enshrouded. I used to play Smash, but I don't have a system for that. So I haven't played it as much lately. Played a couple Legend of Zelda games, but I usually borrow a friend's Switch for that. I have not gotten the new Spider-Man, any of the new Spider-Man kits yet. I'm still waiting to hear back from them about that. How do I buy Gunpla? Off JP Fans? I mean, it's fairly simple. You can join, actually on my video, there's an invite link. You can join that way. And then from that point, you can just search. So either you can just search, Gunpla perfect grade. Or you can go to Google Translate and do it that way. I feel like that armband could be a little bit better, but maybe not. Yeah, you just go and you just search up what you need. It tends to work better if you do translate it to Japanese and then search it that way, in my experience. And then you order it, and then it'll go to them. They'll inspect it, and then they'll give you the shipping cost. And beware, especially if you're buying a perfect grade, that will probably be like $70 shipping. You pulled Coronation Stars. Nice. That's a really good pull. Pretty sure he's one of the more popular ones too, so getting him on the aftermarket is insane. C22. Yeah, these black pieces leave such bad nubs. Which video? It's just the JP Fans one. If you just go to my channel and hit JP Fans, you'll see the JP Fans. I actually looked at Gundam from JP Fans, and you'll find the invite link just down in the pinned comment. But definitely do a lot of searching. You know, you'll have to look a bit, because you can look on, you can look on Japan Mercari. There's Amazon. Sometimes you can look on. There's a handful of sites that you can look at, so I would make sure to look at all of them. Who is next? After this will be Sue Storm. Which, does it matter which side this is? Oh yeah, it does, because, yeah, it does. There we go, because we got some print there. There we go, nice. And then, yeah, we got the little, what should he have? Should he have his Moonerangs? Maybe he should have his Moonerangs. Or, you know what? I'll give him his, like, fist/holding hand so that we can have him hold his stuff. Man, that is really cool. I love that. That's really nice looking. Abner's Playtime, welcome! Did I release a novel? Yes, I did. And I am working on more. I just tend to be rather slow because doing YouTube takes up a lot of time, and so I've been writing less. But I have like 6 other ones in the works. Titan Cameraman, thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Gunpla on alt account, and you said you didn't want to. So I still don't want to do it consistently because I can't keep up with the Gunpla releases. Also, there are people like Zaku Aurelius that are keeping up with it nicely. I don't mind covering some more obscure kits and live building them, but I can't keep up with just constant Gundam reviews, if that makes sense. So I'm not necessarily opposed to doing Gundam at all, especially, you know, if I'm doing more rare ones, like the ones I got from JP Fans. But, yeah, there's just too many Gundam kits, and it's the same reason why I don't really review Lego consistently, right? Because there are a lot of people doing Lego reviews, and they're doing them pretty well, and so I don't really need to try to take over that space. Face model. Oh, yeah. We'll definitely take a good close look at that face and see how it is. I've seen some pictures, but we'll see. I do know the render gave her a lot more, like, eyeshadow, which, that definitely changes things quite a bit. So I wrote my own swords. Yep. That is, so the book that is currently released, that was originally a school project years ago. And I liked it so much that I went, you know what, I'm going to turn this into a whole book. I used to go to a group called Inklings. And, wait, what? And that's how I got, like, the proofreading and stuff for it. Oh, weird. What? You don't use these parts at all. What, Blokees, Spider-Man, Marvel Rivals? I already looked at Rivals Spider-Man. I looked at him a while back. That video actually did pretty well. I'm slowly trying to expand this channel more into the action figure space as well as model kits, because there's so much cool stuff to look at, so much interesting stuff, and a lot of it doesn't get a ton of attention. These parts stick together quite a bit, quite stiffly. And then these forearm pieces are detached because of the little like printed bands. I think Soundwave Prime, I think you hit enter a little too soon. Or send, or whatever it is on your device. Here, can I break this runner? Oh, that broke. The big ones broke, but the little ones don't want to. Blokees Defender, Justice League. I haven't yet. I will soon. They only recently became available in the US, which is why it took me so long to get around to it. Oh, he's got his little thingamajig. YOLO Park. So here's the thing. I've actually tried working with YOLO Park. They suck. I'm going to be honest. They really suck. So I did their AMK mini wave, and they were supposed to send me that, and then it was like, okay, I'll do that, and then they might let me look at some of the AMK Pro stuff. And every time I've emailed them since, they really don't respond that often. And when they do, they are very rude and short. And so I emailed them when I saw Babe vs. Ironhide. I was like, hey, I'd love to look at some more of your stuff. The channel's gotten bigger since the last time, because the last time they sent me stuff was like 7 months ago. And their response was just, there are no samples. That's it. No hello, no thanks for your interest, just there are no samples. I was like, all right then, cool. Guess I'm not going to be emailing you again. So, the Babe vs. Ironhide thing, I love to look at all of their Babe vs. stuff, because I've been really waiting for that. But budget's a big issue. So we'll see. We'll see if I have the budget to pick that up or not. I hope to, but we'll see. I don't really know. It's frustrating though, because like I'd love to work with them more, but they're very rude. Wait, where is this last peg thing supposed to go? It says that I'm supposed to use it. But where? I don't know. Those parts don't seem to do a blue version of the Mark VI suit from Halo. The Mark, I think that's a thing. All right. Yeah, I don't really know what these pieces are for, because I've only needed to use... Unless... Wait, hold up. Does it go on to... No, it doesn't. These are literally just... You don't need them. Okay. It was a little weird. Alright. We are just about done. Well, we're about done with the assembly, but then I'm going to have to put the cape on. We're going to... If my fingers will work. There we go. We'll, Halim? Am I saying that correctly? Welcome. All right, and there's the other shoulder. So many little nub marks. Oh, probably should put these armor pieces on. Mr. T Huge, welcome. This knife cover does not stay on very well. I probably should do something about that. But I have not. I've been lazy about it. Oh, I did pull it off. I did. You want to see invisible now? Well, patience. We're getting there. We're getting there. You know, if I had thought ahead, I really should have emptied the Invisible Woman box of all the parts and then pretended to pour them out and just said they were invisible. That would have been hilarious. But I didn't think of that until just now. Dark Moon Optimus 2000 Megatron. They scale with, interesting, I didn't know that. Alright. Let me get a little bit of water, because it is very warm down here. Golly. I got a hole in my face. I'm just pouring water down myself. Okay, so, let's go ahead and put... Not to build, because she's invisible? Yeah, pretty much. Blokees even advertised her, like, teased her that way. Which I think was absolutely brilliant on their part. What the... Oh, okay. You kind of have to tease the joint to work a little bit at first. Pop the arm in. Like that. The armor looks fantastic. Is that in? Oh my goodness, he's got quite the butterfly. Alright. Wait, this is not stuck together all the way. There we go. So now we need to build the heads, actually. You get 2 face plates and 2 head pieces because you get the hooded head, which personally that's the one I will probably be using the most. Because, like, that looks sick. But you do get, where is it? Oh, it's all the way over here. You do get an unmasked Moon Knight as well. Don't play Rivals. You're not even... Moon Knight will be hard to resist. Yeah, I don't play Rivals either, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so you're supposed to like crumple like this. That doesn't feel right. Okay, you know what? What I'll do is I'll put it on, and then maybe we can form it that way. Pop that on. Then this goes on over top. And yeah, then we need to like... What? They make it look so easy. They make it look so easy to collapse it down. It is not. It is, in fact, very much not. Maybe I just need to, like... Okay, that was close. That was close. We're getting somewhere here. Maybe. More CC Rivals. I'm sure they will. Alright, yeah, this is rather difficult to get in a way that looks good collapsed down, I will say. Ooh, he's got some decent articulation there. That can pop out of the way, and he can move his arm up. Yeah, to about there. And then I can give him his little whacker sticks. Oh, they stick very hard in the hand. Is the cape wired? Yes, the cape is wired. Maybe I put it in the wrong direction. Where do you get the Moon Knight? Well, I mean, I got this from Blokees, but you can... Pretty sure he's available on their website now. Yeah, I will say the cape is definitely a bit more finicky than I first expected it to be, given that it's, you know, literally moon-shaped. But it is pretty cool, and there's plenty of wiring to work with. Got a pretty decent ab crunch. How did I pop his foot off? What? Oh, I didn't put it on fully in the first place. The hips, as usual, are a little on the loose side. I feel like Blokees champion class is almost always, they're a little on the loose side in the hips. Could I rotate this, please? There we go. The wire is not connected fully at the top, very similar to Superman, but because he's got, golly, it's so bright. But because he's got extra wiring, it's a lot easier to get a good look. Is he worth it? Is Moon Knight worth it? I would say yes. That's a lot packed into one kit, and he looks really good. Again, the wired cape takes a little bit of getting used to, but hey, it's a wired cape. It's not just hard plastic. I used to have the Legends Moon Knight similar, but his was a hard plastic cape. It got in the way. Main weapon is the throwing moon. I call it a moonerang, because you know Batman has batarangs, so why can't Moon Knight have moonerangs? The wires are hinged. All right, time for the last one. Sue Storm. Let's maybe build her head first. Oh, she's got a stand. What? She's actually got a flight stand? Now this, I really like this. This is awesome. This, like, shield piece. That's fantastic. No pun intended. Gosh dang it. I'm not going to be able to say fantastic at all through this entire build. Ooh, I like those too. Those look great. Rank all of the rival kits I have? I don't know. Maybe I should save that for a separate video because I've got all of them now. Moon Knight looks awesome. I would probably say that Moon Knight's my favorite out of all of the ones that Blokees has done so far. I really like Spider-Man, but Moon Knight's just quite good. Also, that's just kind of cursed. You just pop it out and there's just a butt. That's what the entire piece is literally just a butt. Okay. I see what they're doing with the face. It's not the worst. I will say that. I do think they'll eventually have to get away from this screen printing technique, though. Alright, put this together. Alright, let's take a good close look at the face. So, what do you guys think? I think it's decent. I think that the kind of pixeliness of the screen printing is a little strange, but Dafa Faisal, welcome. I don't think it's bad though, to be honest. Whoa. Also, the hair sculpting is pretty good. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think Blokees did a decent job. It could have been far worse, I would say. So I don't mind this. I just realized I'm having to build this. This is another almost all-white kit on an all-white background. That'll be fun. Her parts are way smaller. She's way small, like thinner than a lot of the other ones. Also, I like this ball joint. Wait, did I do that upside down? Did I? Yeah, I did. I like the ball joint butterfly system. It's a lot better than the peg. The peg system was fragile. Looks like a Barbie. Crazy Frog. But why? Why? That's we don't need that on these. That's honestly, I would probably have streamed Rivals, playing Rivals, but too many of the designs are just basically Gooner thirst traps, and it's not what I can show on the channel. Oh, that's not the oh wait, no, it is. It just needs to go this way. What the? Did I? Wait, no, I didn't do this wrong. They just need to be up higher. Golly, what am I doing here? You gotta add. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I probably should put the neck first. Yep, and... Oh, interesting. Oop, it's not lined up. There we go. Yeah, this is a way smaller torso. Oh! She's not gonna have much in the way of ab movement. That's peak. What? The Gooner Thirst Trap games are peak? That is a hard disagree. You will never find me agreeing with that on this channel. There's not really anything good that comes out of that. Marvel Rivals, because they show up Ultron. Yeah, Ultron's big, though. He's not... I'm wondering if they're trying to make him scale with the other ones, or if he's just completely out of scale. You're watching the Backrooms movie? Interesting. Yeah. Alright, and then her little belt buckle. A1, 2? They gave 2 of those? That's kind of cool. Alright. And then, wait, can her head stick, or does that need a... Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, there we go. Interesting. Alright, so we've got a torso here. And now we need to build a leg. B1... Wait, C1, 2. LOL123, welcome. Where's the other side? Where is it? B1, 4. The texturing on the leg is really cool. It's kind of like Spider-Man's suit, but a little better. I gotta be careful, I'll get this dirty. Blokees bought the Stormtrooper. Yeah, the Stormtrooper is fantastic. Definitely a good pick. C110. Okay, this is one of those pieces I feel like it was put parts together just for the sake of it. going to be the same scale. Well, so here's the thing. Ultron is a Legends scale, which means this is an Action Edition. So Legends, Action Edition is the Transformers name for it. Legends scale is the name for everything else. So Ultron is an Action Edition Ultron. That is why I'm wondering if he's going to be completely out of scale. And 6, 5. Is that supposed to be there? Oh yeah, it is. Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, okay. Gotta make sure I'm putting on a Blokees kit that I would recommend. Well, if you don't have the Transformers Prime Optimus, highly recommend that one. If you don't have the Action Edition Transformers 1 Optimus, that's another great one. The Stormtrooper, really good. Mando was really good. The new Shining Wave is actually pretty good too, despite, you know, no Nemesis. Yeah, these joints and everything are way smaller. With third-party Master Grade kit. Common Riders. Oh yeah, the new Common Rider. It's technically a Legend class light, isn't it? How is this supposed to work now, huh? Oh, maybe it's upside down. Yep, it was upside down. Upside down. That makes sense. Are these the same? No, they're not. It's a hard put. What? This kit? So far, this kit's not bad. Got to pay attention, of course, but it's not bad. Yeah, her lower leg is like the size of Moon Knight's arm. Okay, trim that. Then we'll go ahead and put the leg bulk together. There we go. That one was kind of stiff. There we go. Oh, that's a really good bend. What the heck? See, this is the kind of bend I wish Moon Knight had, but his legs are so much chunkier that I don't know if I can really expect that. Into Kamen Rider. I still know nothing, but I do think some of their designs are interesting enough that I would take a look at them. See, if the designs are interesting enough, usually they'll catch my eye and I'll want to take a look. Like I said, it's a lot harder to get them because they're not available in the US due to licensing. Oh yeah, what is the joint that I'm building here? Oh, do I just not? Oh. Yeah, there's a whole bag of joints. Probably should open that. The Galaxy version S Kamen Rider looks sick. I agree. Well, okay. I like half of them. Some of them look weird to me. Like the guys with the big eyeball on their chest. Like, I don't know if I like that. But, I do like a lot of the other ones. Alright, there is a leg. Very plain looking leg, to be honest. And I'll go ahead and put the other foot together because we've got the parts. Blokees Kamen Rider. Yep, Blokees. Blokees has had Kamen Rider for quite a while, actually. It's just their, the old system. Her boots make me think of like ZSS. Very, very ZSS. So long to build? Not really. We've been going for an hour and 30 minutes, and we've built almost 3 kits here. So that's a pretty good rate. That's pretty good. Signifies they are bug designed. What? I'm so confused. Bug design? Kamen Rider has bug designed guys? I know nothing about Kamen Rider lore. I am genuinely clueless when it comes to that. Clean up some of these nubs. I think Blokees is a good practice for if I do. I did a Armored Core live build, and that was similar to a Gundam, but usually I like to try to clean up the nubs on my Gundam kits at least a bit. Yeah, that's it's usually better to do that, you know. You don't want just a pile of mess when you're done, just full of poorly cut parts and whatnot. Trying to make sure I stay in focus. It's hard to tell if I'm in focus or not because all the parts are white on a white background. Okay. I have to build the same little knee. It looked like a lot more parts at first. Because yeah, we're cruising through this pretty quickly. I'll just go ahead and take that off. We'll be done with this runner. Boom. That's done. Do I need to trim anything on here? I do. Okay. Trim a little bit on this. Just want to make sure the worst of the nubs are taken care of. Like that one. That would get in the way to the part. Okay. So then... Okay. It's nice that they made the pegs different sizes, because otherwise I probably would just put it in random. Oh, that's an ugly nub. I feel like a lot of the newer Blokees kits tend to get the nubs a little bit more visible. Wait, flip it around. Golly, what is wrong with this piece? Whew! That was a stiff snap. Going to be a soldier weapon. How grasshopper? So, wait, hold up. Kamen Rider is like a super soldier? That's interesting. Okay, so they're like Captain America. Captain America, but it's like Ultraman is Superman, so would that make Kamen Rider basically Captain America, but the Asian version? She gets decent ankle articulation. Moon Knight still wins for ankle articulation, though. Moon Knight has absurd ankle articulation. D1, 2. The belt gives them the power. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, some of the designs I really like. Some of them are a bit much for my taste. But yeah, see, hearing that, now I'm like, oh, okay, now I kind of really want to take a closer look. So does that mean that the guys with the eyeballs are bad? Like, who's the bad guy for Kamen Rider? Because I know there's a bunch of guys with the suits. But, like, who's the bad ones? Who are they fighting? Which way? Oh, weird. Okay. She's got, like, slots in the arm for... It looks like they gave you extra of the clear pieces, perhaps? Probably because it would be quite easy to lose, I imagine. Is it possible to modify a Blokees kit to have better movement? Depending on the kit, yeah. Like, for example, I modified their Bo-Katan because the knee bend was terrible. It was honestly so... I don't understand why they did this. But all it took was a couple bits of trimming and she got a brilliant bend. Brilliant. So, for example, like with Moon Knight, if I wanted more arm bend, I could potentially carve out a couple sections on the arm. You know, for Sue, if you wanted better ankle movement, I guess you could trim it down. I upgraded the articulation on my Batman Beyond kit. There are many Kamen Rider series, and each one have their own villain. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So it's very, very similar to Ultraman in that regard. You're drinking Mountain Dew. Every time I hear Mountain Dew, I just think of that video where it's all like guys in like Southeast. Where is it? Like these Arabian guys. The one dude is just like Mountain Dew. That's all I can think of when I hear that. No, not that one. No, this one. Okay. And the forearms. Which forearm am I using? Which one is it? It's very faded. What? That's very crazy. Man. All these like Japanese cartoons were absolutely off the wall. Is that correct? I think it is. Whoa, that's a really good arm bend. Is that actually correct? That is too, so I guess it is. We've got that. Now we need a hand, so we're just gonna go ahead and pull all the hands out. I'll probably give her the effect using hand so we can actually make her use those effect parts. Terminator / Robocop. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, yeah, I like about half of the designs in the new Galaxy S Wave, so that's enough for me to take a look at it. Like I said, the big eyeballs on the chest or whatever, that's weird. I'm not a fan of that. Whoa. Okay, I want to make sure that the nubs are mostly off of the hands. Her hands have no paintwork on them, but they don't really need it, so that's not a knock against them. These joints are really small, though. Story-wise is lit. Yeah, like I said, the designs, they don't interest me personally. I think they look super weird. Some of the other ones, though, look really cool. Okay. That is one skinny little arm. Golly. Alright, let's build the other one, and then we're almost done. I'd say building 3 kits in sub 2 hours is pretty good. I don't know about you guys. But in my book, that's a pretty decent clip. Haven, you're almost done with your spawn drawing? Golly, dude, that was quick. Kamen Rider X-Aid may look weird. Yeah, it's definitely a personal preference thing. Definitely. But there's one that looked really cool. I think he's got like green and purple or like magenta stripes or something. That one looks really cool. Just listen along. Yeah. So it's a show, yeah? Kamen Rider is a show, or does it also have like a manga to go along with it? Because doesn't Ultraman have a manga? Maybe I misunderstood, but doesn't the Netflix show story continue in a manga? All right. So we got that one. Then this goes on like so. We just need to assemble. Golly, what are these nub marks? Nub marks for days. Yikes. Clean that up. You can pose your Transformers 1. Nice. That one's really fun to pose. I still prefer posing like the Transformers 1 Optimus. I think he's more fun to pose. My TFP Optimus Action Edition was kind of loose. Like, he's actually dismantled right now for tightening. Because, yeah, he was so loose he wouldn't hold some poses in the abs. Did I get DC Defender Wave 2? Not yet. I will have it soon. We're an Ultraman guy compared to a Kamen Rider guy. That's fair. I would say that's very fair. Made a Union Pacific Gundam? Okay. Wait, what? Oh, it does have to go this way. Then we got the forearm. I said, we got the forearm. Cool. And then we got the hand. I definitely would say be more careful with her because these are a lot thinner, these joints. So, okay, let's go ahead and move the camera up a bit. Let's pop the legs on. She is so weirdly proportioned. She does get actually decent ab crunch, but the rotation is all up here. You don't get anything at the waist. But yeah, the leg bend is pretty good. The arm bend. This is like SV Action Miles Morales kind of. Whoa. Why is that so freaking tight? SV Action Miles Morales type of articulation here. This off. You have to like break this in. Am I getting the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime? I wish. Right now I don't have the budget for it, and Yola Park, I talked about this earlier. Yola Park is awful to work with. They're super rude, and they basically, unless you're just a super, super big creator, you're irrelevant to them. And they won't send you any stuff. I reached out to them about that. And they basically just said, nope, there are no samples. That's it. They said nothing. Like, it was super not courteous. And they were just like, nope, you can't have it. Who wants to know where that nerd Dracula is? So we got the effect pieces here. That looks super cool. I really like that. I don't really like the nub marks, though. Those are ugly. Guys, see what I'm doing right now? Don't do this. That's stupid. Never cut at an unstable angle towards yourself. Try to keep the knife blade away from you. This is a oops, that was a little too deep. This is a do what I say, not what I do. Didn't they send you Chinese Yeah, they did. That was random. They didn't tell me that it was coming, and they just sent that along. At first, they were super nice. You know, they were like, oh yeah, we've got the AMK Mini. But apparently, and I've talked to other people that have worked with them before, apparently they're super stingy about providing product samples for AMK Pro stuff, and you have to have a really big channel for them to even bother with you if you want like AMK Pro, like that toy guy kind of big, or Prime versus Prime. You got to be big, which I think is dumb. Charge out, welcome. Yeah, so currently I have no plans on working with YOLO Park. I'd love to get some of their stuff, but again, it comes down to budget, and I have to be careful about where I use the budget. What's funny is, you know, I ended up using a bunch of that budget on getting some Arcacore stuff because they were really good deals. So, I don't know. Also, I get frustrated with YOLO Park because their quality control is so spotty, and they're not great about dealing with it. Oh, you get extra wrist joints. That's nice. But yeah, look at that. That's a sick accessory. That is a very sick accessory. Wait, could I? No, there's really no way to use that. I was hoping that you could use that on, like she could fly on it. She can look down really well. Golly, she can look down really well. Also, I don't love this gap in the hair. I think that should have all been one piece. Upward movement isn't the greatest on her head, but I think it's doable. But here, wait a minute. Let me get her in a more neutral standing position, because I want to see her next to Moon Knight. Oh, well, here's Jeff. I think that's pretty good. You have a better review space than that toy guy? That toy guy has a style. You know, he's established his style. He sticks with it. Props to him for consistency. And it's unique. Like, you know exactly who made the video when you see a screen capture from one of his videos, you know? So I think that's good. You know, I think he's got something good going, and I wouldn't want to knock him for, you know, not having a review space that's just like plain white or whatever. I prefer a more like white space. Obviously, I prefer the type of content that I do, but I do find his videos helpful and entertaining most of the time. You know, I honestly prefer his videos over, say, like Prime versus Prime or whatever. They actually look really good side by side, not gonna lie. I think that scaling works out pretty well. Let me grab Spider-Man too. Because Spider-Man also is a rather thin, small body type, but not quite as small. Oh yeah, Moon Knight deserved his own flight stand. I will agree there. So Sue is definitely shorter, but I don't really think that's a problem. Let me grab Venom. I guess I can grab Rocket as well. Ugh. So here's Venom. Venom is still too small. Also, Venom is the one I've seen people breaking the most. I think this metallic-y plastic is definitely a little weaker, and people don't expect that. Like, if you just pull the arm down without paying attention, that could be a problem. So we've got Venom. Is Moon Knight bigger? Moon Knight's about the same size as Venom. That's not right. That is... Here we go. Let me back everybody up. We're running out of space here. The hood can actually rotate a little bit on Moon Knight's head. Bruh. So, like, Spidey and Moon Knight, I think, look great together. I think Sue fits in great as well. My webcam is toasting itself. We good? I think we're good. So, yeah, Venom is still the... Well, okay. No, I take that back. Venom is not the worst in terms of scale. Spider is not great in terms of scale. The Spider suit is a lot bigger, as far as I'm aware. Because, well, Penny has to fit inside, So... I don't think it's terrible, though. I don't know. It looks less weird to me than Venom does, especially if you assume that it's the Spider piloting. Now, the absolute worst, the worst one Blokees has made, is Rocket. This completely freaking breaks the scale. That is awful. Is that really good? Yeah, I would say Venom... I'm willing to accept this. I'm not willing to accept this. This is dumb. Rocket looks so wrong. Like, this is cursed. Rocket is so cursed. I hate it. It's rare that I genuinely dislike a kit from Blokees, but I really hate Rocket. It's so bad. The Penny... Oh, yeah, where is Penny? I chucked her... I might have actually thrown her away. Yeah, I actually threw her away. She was that useless. I don't have her anymore. I didn't want her taking up space. I gotta check out Brand New Day. I don't have it yet. I gotta wait for Blokees to tell me when I'm able to look at it. But yeah, Rocket needed to... Here's, in my opinion, I think that they should have done a Rocket and Groot 2-pack. Honestly. And Rocket be little. But yeah, it's just not good. I can accept almost all of these except for Rocket. Rocket is genuinely the worst. What's going on here? Make Rocket S size. So again, like I said earlier, the sizes on the box don't actually correspond to their physical size. The sizes on the box have to do with the amount of parts. Now, granted, that usually does correspond a little bit with the size. But again, so like, I think Jeff... Was Jeff an M or is Jeff an S? Yeah, Jeff is an S because he didn't have that many parts. Sue is a medium because she had more parts. Although, I would call Sue a small. Is the Galaxy version Rocket? Good question. Where is Galaxy version Rocket? Yeah, I think so. Why did they make Rocket the same size as Jeff? That is a great question. I don't know. But I would say this actually works pretty well. I would accept this size much better than I would accept that. Ugh. Blech. Is Rocket still bad even as a standalone? So they did a lot of over-engineering here. He's got articulated eyeballs for literally no reason. You can't even see the pupil, so it's completely pointless, and it adds so many more parts. His ankles don't get any side to side. They get rotation this way and a little forward and back, but it's really hard to stand him up without using his tail as well. And also, he cannot hold his gun. You have to use the stand to hold the gun. So he's not very fun to mess around with. He looks decent, but he's not fun to mess around with at all. So he's my least favorite by far. Yeah. I didn't really enjoy building him either. Pop him back up in his spot. Yeah, I think Moon Knight. Moon Knight is definitely my favorite. Moon Knight and then Spidey. I do wish Spidey had gotten. I mean, like, look at this. So we get this leg bend here, like that. But then Sue, look at her leg bend. I feel like. I mean, maybe they're comparable, but I feel like Spidey could have gotten a little bit more. I will say Sue is fairly fun to pose because of the range her joints get. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, Moon Knight's definitely my favorite. Moon Knight wins. Can't escape bad engineering. I mean, Rocket's, yeah, it's hard to say, like, bad engineering because they did do some good stuff. It's just they over-engineered the heck out of it for, like, there was no point in that. But yeah, Moon Knight is by far my favorite out of this lineup. Again, I do wish he had bigger bend here, and I don't know, maybe I could get more of a bend by cutting the tab, because there's a tab in there to keep it from going too far. But maybe I could cut that. I don't know, I might examine that. Can't wait for the Daredevil. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that one as well. Look at that. That's pretty cool. All right, so there you have it. That is finally Moon Knight, and then also Jeff. Oops, I guess I didn't put that paw on all the way. I like Jeff a lot more than I was expecting to. I thought he was just kind of gonna be like meh at best, but no. They actually did him quite well, and he is a lot more fun to play around with than I thought he would be. CC Lightbender's Endgame. Oh, yeah, there was Black Widow. Really suit Vader. Oh, yeah, I don't know, because Vader came first. They are doing a Vader soon, like an event exclusive one. That is white suit Vader. So, unfortunately, it's an event exclusive, which means it's going to be a lot more difficult to get. But yeah, look at that. Moon Knight looks so cool. So easy to make him look cool. Hand swapping. I'll show this really quick. So here's a little tip for you. If you're trying to do the hand swapping, you see how this is like a ball? Pinch it like this. Pinch it like that and then pull it out. Then you're keeping the joint in place. So I'll show you again. Take it here and you just pinch it like that and then pop. There you go. Yeah, it's not that hard. Now with Moon Knight, that might be a bit more difficult because I don't think I can pinch that. So, actually, Moon Knight might be real difficult. No, not too bad. Another thing is you can angle it. So, if it's angled like this and you're pulling at the angle, it's not going to come out straight. So that's another way to do it. Oh, he's so cool. So cool. Make him dab. What, Moon Knight? Moon Knight dab? Here. We'll end with a Moon Knight dab. Can I get the arm up anymore? I can! And we'll have the cape going up as well. Moon Dab. Gyro Petro, thank you for stopping by. We're ending off anyway, so great timing. So let me go ahead and pray us out. Well, Lord, thank you for bringing everyone here today. Thank you that we were able to enjoy this hobby again. I just ask that you would give everybody safe and enjoyable weekends wherever they are in the world. And yeah, just help us to not take this for granted. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, guys. There will be a review where I'll cover all 3 of these in one review. When will I finish that? I don't know. I have quite a few videos. I hope to have it done by next week sometime, but we'll see. So, thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And for those of you who are in the US, have a great 4th of July as well. And I will see you guys... Wait, and so soon? We 2 hours in. That's not that short. I'll see you guys next time.